Hi guys, it's Kirby. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing some new e.l.f. products. They recently launched a liquid blush, a camo liquid blush, and also the camo hydrating CC cream, but this is like the hydrating formula versus just their regular camo CC cream. I already opened this one because I wanted to like test the shade, and I have thoughts and feelings, but I'll talk to you about those in a minute. I obviously haven't done my hair because we're gonna do the complexion. I've done my eyebrows and my eyes pre-complexion, mainly because I just didn't want to take the time to do them after I did my complexion. So first we're going to be testing out the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream. I think what I do love about e.l.f. is that they come out with like a product, which is usually just like for normal skin or it's matte, and then they do eventually come out with a hydrating, or you know, they come out with a hydrating formula and then they come out with a matte one. I really do appreciate that about e.l.f. so that everybody can enjoy, you know, the situation. But this does have a broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen in it, full coverage, long lasting, dewy finish, and tremella, mushroom, and hyaluronic acid. Apply 1 to 2 pumps to clean skin using the e.l.f. Complexion Duo Brush for an airbrush finish, blah 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 blah. I have done all of my skincare, washed my face, serums, moisturizer, and then the primer that I used was the Benefit Porefessional Hydrating primer. It's my favorite. So we're going to be using the e.l.f., I think this is the powder brush, but it's like a flat kabuki brush. And yeah, I'm just gonna pump it right on here. We're gonna do 2 pumps, dot, 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 dot. All right, as I'm blending this out, let me tell you how I uponned the color or the shade. What is this shade? Light 205N, which, let me grab this. In the description of it is with neutral olive undertones, which I don't think I've ever gotten anything, a product with olive undertones before, but as you can see, it's a pretty decent shade match to my face. My face is a little bit darker, or it has like a little bit more color in it than like the rest of my body, probably because the rest of my body is hidden underneath clothes and is just like a sheet of paper. So how I came across 205N, I will say the thing that I struggle with all e.l.f. complexion products is shade matching. I went on their website to get this, obviously, and their swatches were a little misleading. Like the faces that they use the particular shades on and then the actual swatch itself did not match in my mind. Like certain of the, like, I would consider myself to have like a warm / neutral undertone, and usually I'm in the like fair to very very light spectrum when buying complexion products. But like when I went to go find this product, the fair warm were like yellow. They were like very yellow and then very orange, and then the fair warm was very pink, which obviously, or cool, no, the fair cool was very pink, which obviously, and then the fair neutral wasn't very neutral. It still leaned on like the yellow side, so I was like, okay, well that's not going to work for me. So then I went to the lights, and the lights were very very dark. So whereas I don't think that this shade particularly matches my winter complexion, I do feel like this will be amazing in the summer. But as you can see, I don't think, or maybe you can't see, or maybe my monitor is playing tricks on me, blending it down into my neck, I don't think it's a terrible shade match for me. I do think it's a little bit on like the dark side, But I don't think it's like the end all to be all. I've definitely had worse shade matches, that's for sure. But yeah. So if we're talking about like getting a shade match with e.l.f., I don't know if anybody has a particular tip or trick, but I always find it very difficult to get shade matches with e.l.f. complexion products, which is a damn shame because I really like their camo concealers and that was very difficult for me to find like the 1 or 2 complexion shades that like worked for me. But yeah, in the mirror, like I'm seeing, in the mirror is different than what I see on my monitor. Like right now my setup is that I have a mirror in front of me and I have my monitor in front of me, and the monitor technically should show me what you guys see. And so in my monitor it does look like a fairly decent shade match, but then in my mirror it is showing up a little bit on the darker side. But like, it's not showing up on the darker side like I couldn't go out in public with this. Does that make sense? Like nobody's going to like think I have a ring around my neck, or at least that's not what it looks like. So 2 pumps did very, very well with covering my face and, you know, blending it down into my neck. It is very dewy, it is very hydrating, or it looks very dewy. As you can see, like there's tons of shine on my face, and shine in this aspect isn't necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, I do like how it lays on the face. It's not like pilling or anything. And I would say it's probably like a medium coverage. I don't think it's necessarily a full coverage. It's a lot fuller than a lot of other like tinted moisturizers and CC creams out there, but I have a pretty big scab or blemish right there that obviously it didn't cover. But then I have like some marks on my nose and it did a pretty decent job of covering those, as well as like my chin and evening out my complexion. I have a lot of discoloration on my chin line minus this like one really big blemish, and it did a really good job of kind of like concealing that, evening it out. So I'm happy with that. So we can kind of move on to the next product. Usually I would do concealer and bronzer first, but now we're gonna move on to the liquid blush. You can do it in any order you want. I personally just usually do my blush last, but we'll do it first because I just wanna like review these products. The blush shade that I got was Dusty Rosé. They do have quite a few colors out there. This is long lasting color and dewy finish. Directions: dab 1 to 2 dots onto cheeks with the applicator, blend with the liquid blush brush. Okay, well that's what it's saying to do. I also do like e.l.f.'s packaging. It's very clean, it's very simple, like, I don't know, it's sturdy, it's good to travel with, but yeah. High pigment. All right, Dusty Rose. Let's see. Let's see about that. It makes me nervous. You know what? I've been burned by the Juvia's Place liquid blush, so I think I'm only gonna do 1 dot, maybe 2. And we'll go from there. I do like that color though. Oh no! Why? Why do I do this to myself? All right. Alright, so that is super pigmented. Why do I do this to myself? That is a very pretty color though, and it is blending out very, very well. Like, I'm not having a difficult time blending out those 2 dots. I will say I obviously need a little bit more on the one side, so I'm gonna take it on the back of my hand. Just like a small little dot. Alright, what do we think about that? I actually really like that shade. It's super nice. I will say we need to be a little bit more gingerly about the application. And something that I'm noticing about the CC cream is that it's, I don't want to say it's oxidizing like a matte foundation or CC cream would. Like, it's not necessarily drying, oxidizing, but it is kind of like deepening while it's staying on my skin. but it is melting in with the blush really, really well. All right, let's do some bronzer and concealer. I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place bronzer because it is my all-time favorite right now, and I'm gonna use an Ulta Precision Foundation 12 brush. I got influenced to buy the 12 brush from Johnny and Kevin. Ooh, see, like the blush and the bronzer and the foundation, the CC cream, it's all just like marrying together very, very well. So now let's use some concealer. And I don't know what concealer I want to use. I think I'm gonna use the Bare With Me Concealer Serum in 2.5. Just a pump of that on the back of my hand. I'm gonna let that sit for just a moment because I need the coverage. And then I'm going to talk a little bit. I am going to set this. I love that it's like dewy and we are looking moisturized. I do love that, but I do feel like we need to kind of set some of the cream products just to keep them in place. I'm gonna blend out the concealer real quick. Also, sorry if the audio is a little off today. I'm redoing my office, as I've stated in previous videos, and I took out all of the shelves. So my office is in like the bare bones right now. So it's sounding a little echoey, a little hollow. It's as good as it's gonna get today. I'm taking the Dominique Cosmetics powder on a e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. Woo, a little too much. And I'm just going to be lightly like tapping that all over my face. Because I don't necessarily want to like mattify everything. I just want to like make sure it's not gonna go anywhere. And I still feel like even after the powder, you're still getting a very like glowy, dewy, moisturized appearance. Like I don't feel like the powder mattified me any. Like, does that make sense? Like, I'm still getting that like very dewy, glowy look, which is really, really nice. I've really been liking this powder. I know this video isn't about this powder, but I do really like this powder. It's very nice. All right, I'm gonna go off camera, do my mascara, my under eyes, and my lips, and then we'll be back for some final thoughts on the Camo Hydrating CC CC cream and the Camo liquid blush. Mascara, lips on, hair brushed and put back up, and my bangs are, you know, doing their own thing today. But here we are, and here are the final thoughts on the Camo Hydrating CC cream and the e.l.f. Camo liquid blush. Love the liquid blush. It blended out really, really well. It is pretty intense, so one dot is like all you need, or put it on the back of your hand, dip your brush in, dip it off, then put it on your face. This dusty rosé color for my complexion is really amazing. I know that they have other I was gonna say other flavors, but other colors that you can choose from. But yeah, I really like it. It blended out really nicely, and you can still see the color through the translucent powder, which is nice. Like, you don't need to go in with a separate blush to like zhuzh it up or anything like that. So yeah, definitely I love the liquid blush. A very good purchase for someone who's looking for an affordable liquid blush to kind of like play with, work with, try out, and things like that. The Camo Hydrating CC cream I do really, really like. I do feel like the 205 for my skin is a pretty decent shade match, like I said, and I am still getting a lot of that hydration and dewiness through the translucent powder. If you have oily skin though, if you have like normal to oily skin, this probably isn't going to be for you. Or if you know you get oily throughout the day, definitely not going to be for you. If you have more mature skin, if you have dry skin, if like the winter months give you really dry skin, this is probably going to be really, really good for you. I will say I do like the hydrating formula better than I like the regular CC cream formula. I did a video a while ago for my April dupes video comparing the IT Cosmetics CC cream to the CAMO CC cream, and I will say I do like the hydrating formula better, but I do not think that this formula is going to be for everybody, mainly because of how hydrating and dewy and moisturizing it is. But if you are looking for something kind of simple and just kind of like you slap it on, you throw a little powder on, and like you just want to like even up your complexion a little bit without going like full foundation, I definitely think this is a good option. I will link the liquid blush and the Camo Hydrating CC cream down in the description box below, or in like whatever YouTube shop there is now, I don't know. But yeah, definitely two very good options. Have you tried these? Let's start a conversation down in the description box below. Have you tried the liquid blush or the hydrating CC cream from e.l.f.? I like their Camo collection. Honestly, I think that for the price that they're selling it at, it's good coverage, good products. They jive well with my skin. I don't know about you guys. Let's start a conversation down in the comment section below. Or if you have any recommendations for other CC creams or liquid blushes, always looking for the recommendations. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, give it a big old thumbs up. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I would hate for you to miss out on any more videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys.